I'm live. I'm live. How's it going tonight? What's going on? Forrest Fenn's almost over. I think it's officially almost over. I can't see how Forrest Fenn is not officially done. I've been watching the latest videos on YouTube, and there's not much. Very little coming out on Forrest Fenn. I've watched all the YouTuber videos on the new treasure hunts, and they seem to be going. The new treasure hunts seem to be going. But I think Forrest Fenn's, I mean, the videos that came out yesterday had a total of 50 some views on them. And so anybody interested in Forrest Fenn, uh, looking at the number of views, 50, 60 views on a video, the videos, nobody watches, nobody's watching them anymore. Nobody's checking into their YouTube. Uh, and and on the Discord, on Ben's Discord, uh, I couldn't even rouse anybody up to talk with me on the Ben Apple site. And so I think the big finality might have been last week when Shiloh was offering items up for sale while Ben was live. And while Ben was live, there was boots that came up for sale. There were some other items that came up for sale. And I'm almost thinking that this might be over. It might officially be over. Well, there's Fantastic. There's the 10K Adventures coming into the room, and me just randomly going live. I got 4, 5, 6, maybe 10 people that join in to talk about Forrest Fenn, and so I think it's over. I think Forrest Fenn may have finally gotten his wish, and that is it's now officially done and over with, and nobody really is paying attention. Don't know what I don't know what all these new treasure hunts are going to do. I decided I'm not going to Seeker Summit. The cost of airfare just went up, thanks to Donald Trump needing to have a war in order to not have his name put out there on the Epstein files, and or Jared Kushner. I don't know which it was. Maybe Jared Kushner talked him into following Israel's lead. But gas prices have soared, and just the amount of gas to go out there is going to be expensive. So 1,000-mile trip's not in my future. So I apologize to anybody that might have thought I was going to Seeker Summit. I just am not going. It's too far. It's too much money to go. And I appreciate the offers that people gave me to have at least a few people I knew at Seeker Summit to meet after hours and maybe have a drink or a beer or something. Appreciate those offers, but I just don't think I'm going to do Seeker Summit. Now, I did check into my less attended event that may happen in New Mexico, and apparently they are accepting reservations now for the morning and afternoon sessions. And so I come on live to ask just the very question: if you were to go to an event on a Saturday, would you rather attend a morning session, or would you rather attend an afternoon session where you might get to eat something after either the morning session during lunch or after the evening session during uh, a supper time? Now, if I would schedule for morning, then I'd have all afternoon to have a fun event with searchers. If I chose to do an afternoon event, then things would have to happen in the morning. If there was any type of outside the box kind of thing. So I don't know. I'm trying to figure out whether I should target reservations for an afternoon session or for a morning session. So maybe this is a poll-worthy question for anybody that might be interested in joining me. So let's do the click engage with your audience. I haven't done a poll for a while. So I'm going to start a poll. Which would be better for a searcher get together, before or after? Oh, I can't type. And the first answer is going to be AM, with an event with an event afterwards, or the second alternative would be PM, uh, with an a meetup before. Okay, so I'm gonna just, oh man, I can't type. So anyway, I'm gonna put that up there, and we'll start that poll. So I'm just trying to figure out. Okay, so they have these. Basically, this thing ends up being a deal where they take you on a tour. Okay, and you have a morning session with the lunch that follows, or you have an afternoon session with a evening thing that follows. And both events are the same. Basically, you get to go out and look at some fun stuff. And I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out that for most people, you could make this in a day. In fact, if I drove in for this event, I could seriously just drive in the morning, go to the event, get a hotel in the evening, and then maybe do something on a Sunday, right? On a Sunday morning, right? But if I schedule for the morning event, then I'm committing myself to 2 days, because I'm going to have to stay the night because it's like an 8-hour drive, and then uh, I wouldn't be probably able to drive home after, so it'd be like 2 nights. So what I'm thinking is that the scheduling should be to go to the event for the afternoon, and then maybe have something on the Sunday after. But anyway, I throw that up there. Um, as for the title, where's the proof? For one, circumstantial evidence, I don't think a death certificate was ever shown publicly. Oh, going back to the possibility that Forrest Fenn is still alive, I I saw Forrest Fenn in July of 2020, uh, and he was thin. He had lost a lot of weight. Um, I sadly am going to say I don't think Forrest Fenn is alive. I think he died. I think that the reports that came from Santa Fe are accurate. I'm sadly going to say I think he passed, and I think his wife passed shortly after, and they're both no longer with us in an earthly realm. But to each his own. I mean, if you still think he's alive, he could be. Well, Fantastic's number one, 10K's number two, Zozo comes in number three, Newman's number four, Sweet Pea is number five, and we do have officially a Monday night top five. Well, we're back to regular TV scheduling now, and there's new shows on the network. So if you're into that kind of thing, you don't want to miss anything at 7 o'clock tonight. That's 1 minute away, by the way. Um, so what's the poll doing here? Fantastic says it'd be best to have a morning event um, afterward. But I mean, I think my best opportunity for this is uh, I think my best opportunity is this to. It's now 50-50 with 2 votes. Thank you so much for voting. All 10 people here, we have a total of 2 votes. That's a voter turnout of less than what, 20%? Not a very popular poll. But I'm thinking what I'm going to do is honestly, I think I'm going to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to drive out to the event, schedule myself for the afternoon event, get a hotel that night, and then if somebody wants to get together on Sunday morning after the event, and you could schedule yourself for a morning if you want, or an afternoon, but that way I can save myself one hotel night stay. Now, I am going to be checking in to see if there are camping opportunity availabilities within, let's say 20 miles of the site. And if there's camping opportunities, and I'm going to have to call uh, the Chamber of Commerce or the city, if you will, to find out if this park is available for overnight camping. And if this park is available for overnight camping, then we can all just stay at Fisher Park. If Fisher Park is available for overnight camping, then we'll just all stay. I mean, we can just stay overnight at Fisher if you bring an RV or a car or whatever. I just don't know if that place is available for overnight parking. But I'm going to check into that next week and I'll find out. This isn't the official show to announce the event. It's just uh, trying to gain some feedback from people to see what would work out the best. Well, the fantastic, this is an event that's going to be in northern New Mexico. And let's just say it's in northeast New Mexico. It's about as far north and about as far east as you can get. In fact, you might want to just look at Trinidad, Colorado, because that might even be closer. Okay. All right. And so other than that, there's no place to stay. You're going to be driving. You're going to be driving about 50 miles to get to the spot from your hotel. Well, unless you want to stay in a really bad hotel. But I mean, there is a town that's close that has a few hotel rooms, but I don't know. They're not. I don't think that's a very well traveled hotel. Zozo's never been to any event except charity raffle. Oh my God, Zozo, you did actually go to the Jamie Jordan charity raffle? Oh my gosh. I don't see some people who attend. They're extortionists and don't deserve my audience in any form. Well, coming from somebody from Albuquerque, I guess you're in Albuquerque. I don't remember. There's the King Catcher, Jim King. Sweet Pea says, what is the spot you speak of? Well, I'm going to make a big grand announcement. I'm not going to say until I'm not going to tell you until I have my reservation. Once I have more details, maybe next week, maybe next Friday, I'll give out all the details. The King Catcher says, terrible topic for a chat. David scowls. Yeah, I mean, I don't really like it when people talk about Forrest Fenn possibly still being alive. Because, I just don't think that's a possibility. Well, we still are at 50-50 with 4 votes. 13 people in the room. So, anyway. Well, I know that I am not a YouTube personality because I did not get a video made about me today. And for those people who aren't regularly checking into YouTube for Forrest Fenn videos, there is some very, very funny and interesting content put together by a YouTube creator out of England that I must say was pretty funny. And I hope the people that are being made fun of don't take it in the right way, as in good fun. But Dave from back east, Ian, a few other people had some videos made about them today. And the person who made them, pretty clever. I just don't know why they didn't make a video about me. And again, I'm giving you my face right now. So feel free, Mr. England. I'm going to make a video about your search. I mean, I'm the kind of person that can take a good rub, if you will. Unfortunately, I don't think I've really given you a good search area for me to make fun of. So anyway, still going on that poll. My movie is starting. Oh, well, if it's just a movie, you can stop. You can start it at any time. If it's a TV show on network TV, then yeah, you got to watch it when it starts. So I'm going to end the poll at 50-50. How's that? But what I'm leaning towards now is to basically drive in the morning, get a hotel for the night, go to the event in the afternoon, and then people can, after the event, drink beer at a camp out, or the next morning, we'll get together, have something like that. Uh, I just confused Richard Rutherford with Jim King. Oh, okay. Be safe, King Catcher. Yeah, catch on the other side of the catching, King. Jim, your movie is starting. Oh, are you in the movie? Oh, do you have a part? Yes. All right. Well, there's the answers to the poll. Well, I don't know. There's not a whole lot happening in the world of Fenn right now. Like I said, last week we had some stuff on eBay. That seemed to dwindle. I tried to gen up a conversation on Discord. Couldn't get anything going over there on Forrest Fenn. People seem to be committed to some of these other treasure hunts, seeker summits. The big thing going on, I guess, people are interested in going to that. Tucson, Arizona. Nancy Guthrie's still missing. I can't do Tucson right now. Um, I think Tucson, Arizona right now. I honestly think there's a serial killer operating in Tucson, and I think Nanos had some information about this person, and I think he failed to report it to the public, and I think the guy struck again, and I think that's what the big problem is, and that's why he didn't want the FBI such an highly involved in it. But maybe we can get the people to go to Seeker Summit to have a sidebar. I mean, they are giving away $10,000, so I mean, if you like to think you can win a treasure hunt like that, I think it's a good opportunity to jump into a Seeker Summit where you might win a $10,000 prize based upon your sleuthing abilities. But in my experience, some of these sponsored treasure hunts like that are sometimes won by people that are in the know, and they don't actually give out the money. They just give it to somebody they know, and they spread it around, if you will. And so, in the treasure hunt world right now, we've got a lot of people getting monetized. We've got a lot of people doing shows on YouTube, and it's just a way in which to, I think, you have people like this Bronze 3D guy, and, people are giving away his treasure chest. Well, of course they're giving away his treasure chest because he wants you to pay $500 to get one for your own. And, there's a lot of people making money off other people in this genre right now of treasure hunting, and I've never subscribed to that. I've never subscribed to the idea that this should be a genre in which you sell T-shirts, a genre in which you should put out 3D objects of things that you covet, and then sell them, or searcher coins, or anything like that. And I think I honestly believe the merchandising of treasure hunts has become, I guess, over. I think there's too much of it. I mean, if you are a person who wants to put on a treasure hunt, you should do it because you have the money. You should do it because you want people to participate in it. And you should do that because it gives them something fun to do. But then to have a coin offered, or a replica chest, or anything like this, I think detracts from it, in my opinion. But anyway, well, there's Jeff. I haven't seen you in a while, Jeff. Good to see you. And Zozo was in the movie Employee of the Month as an extra with my wife. Oh, cool. Well, I'm a TSA employee and I haven't been paid for 3 weeks. So there you go. What the hell is wrong with our government? We can't even pay our people that screen people at the airport. Big problems. I mean, that's just crazy. I'm not going to tell you how big I am not going to tell you how big my farmer check was from Donald Trump to help keep us farmers in business, but it might keep me going for a little while longer. So there you go. But then again, the soybeans went down 70 cents today based upon the war activities. And the price of wheat went down 14 cents. In case you haven't figured it out, all the big money managers are taking money out of the stock market, moving it into commodities. Then they're taking it out of commodities, moving it back in the stock market. If you want to make some money right now and you have a little money, just figure out where the big money players are moving. If they're moving out of If big money players are moving out of commodities and back into stock, that means they're making money from having the stock market go down by pulling out the money from the stock market and putting it in commodities. And if the commodity markets are now going down, the stock market's going up, they've changed the direction of their investment. And they're going to make money both ways. They're going to play this more effort out. The big money managers are going to make money on a daily basis, depending on whether or not they pull their money out of commodities, put it in the stock market, take it out of the stock market, put it in commodities. We're out here trying to make money. It doesn't matter if it moves, because guess what? There's a thing called basis. And basis is how much the actual cash market is able to sell the commodity you have. And so if wheat goes up $1, the elevator is not going to give you $1 or more. They're going to give you 80 cents more, because they're going to take a 20-cent basis off of that, because they really can't sell it at that price. So there's the speculative market, there's the real market, and if you're out here as a farmer, you're only going to get the market that you can get based upon the actual value of the crop to the end user. All the speculation of the market never comes to us, unless you want to be a speculator. Jeff's calling me the Dow Jones Dave. Well, these money flows, it's all, look, the economy these days are based upon big money flows. And the big money flows come from the institutional investors, otherwise known as the funds or the fund managers. And depending upon whether they invest in stock or in commodities, you can just follow their flows in the marketplace. The biggest problem farmers have right now is that the Straits of Hormuz over there is the place where all the fertilizer from those countries come through in order to come to the United States so we can raise crops. So our commodity and fuel prices are going like this. Our commodity prices are going like this, up and down. And so you got to figure out if you can sell at a profitable point. Anyway, buy silver. Hi ho, silver away. Oh, good old silver. Well, I don't know if Cape and Calazars are doing shows anymore or not. I haven't watched their channel for a long time. But I think I'm about done. I give you a brief update on Sweet Pea's asking, are you organizing this event? No, I'm just attending. No, I'm not an organizer. I'm just an attendee of this event. And I figured if a group of people like-mindedly wanted to attend and go see a place in the United States that's significant to the discovery of artifacts in the United States of America and on this continent in New Mexico, if you want to go to such a site, they do this twice a year where you can go look at the site. If this has no historical and informational value to you, you're probably not even going to be interested in it. But what I'm saying is, in addition to my trip out to go to this event, which I wanted to go to for about 5 years now, but, well, I've been wanting to go to this event for about 10 years now, but I put it off because, well, I just have put it off. But anyway, what I'm saying is, if you want to go to this event, you can. If you don't, but the next day or after it, I think there'd be a good opportunity for some people that might be interested in the same kind of thing, who may watch the show, to have a beer, maybe a few beers, that kind of thing. And if anybody's interested in that kind of thing, we can do that. And it's in northern New Mexico, as north and east as you can get. So some people from Colorado could easily make it down in a day. I'm in Kansas. I can make it there in a day. A lot of people in Santa Fe could make it there in a day, go to the event, and go back home, and their wife might not even know they're gone. Anyway. Well, there's the kid and Lou Lee. Well, there's the artifacts were collected, and the artifacts have been, for the most part, removed and cataloged. Most of the artifacts were found at the turn of the century. Barnum Brown was involved in this, and some other people, and so I mean, it's not any new discovery. It's an old discovery, but it'd be new to me. What are the artifacts? Well, uh, mostly arrowheads, Clovis points. Well, mostly Clovis points. There might be a few animals that get slaughtered as well. Uh, so that's pretty much what we're talking about. If you have not the intellectual capacity to figure out what event I'm talking about and where it is, then I guess you'll have to tune into the next show. But it's it's not hard in the space and annals of human history, especially of the United States, and especially of the arrival of people to the United States. Uh, it's nearly as significant as the Cahokia Mounds in Ohio, if not more, or the or Sioux or Sioux that was found out in La Brea. In La Brea, this is kind of like going to La Brea, California, and checking out Sioux. Anyway, all right. It's just so I can't believe somebody just hasn't posted in the chat exactly what I'm talking about. But anyway, I think this is something Forrest Fenn might have been interested in, and so I just want to do it. This is my tribute to Forrest Fenn, honestly. He got me interested in this stuff. I'm gonna go do this, and then I can say, you know, I participated. I did my deed. I saw what I could see, and thanks for getting me interested in these things. Um, that kind of thing. Well, there's Sweet Pea and Lou Lee, Kid. Bunch of great people here tonight. Good to see you all. Oh, yes, we can have the Pointer Sisters concert if you'd like afterwards. Yes, we could. Uh, Kyle might do a song and a dance for us. If he's there, Kyle might do a song and a dance. Sweet Pea says you have to stay on for a while now. Why am I obligated to stay on? I was gonna watch. I was gonna watch the DMV show on CBS tonight. I think that's. I think that show's just hilarious. I was gonna watch St. Dennis, uh, but then I turned on the old YouTuber and started doing a show instead. I don't know why. Well, I did drink a beer, so it was half price hamburgers at Spangles tonight. So I got my $3.55 hamburger, which is half price of the normal. And I don't buy the drink and the fries to go with it, or the $5 margarita with $1 extra shot. So I mean, I was able to eat a nice, hamburger for $3.55, but I did have a $1 natty that I'd had left over from the weekend, and I decided to drink that with the hamburger. And so, you know what happens when I have a natty, right? Speaking of natties, we got the national championship coming up. Everybody got their brackets put out yet? Last night we had the uh, Oscars. So last night's the Oscars. Tonight we can work on our brackets, come up with our NCAA picks for both the men and the women. Oh man, we could just have so much fun tonight. Oh look, there's a doorknob over here. Look at that. There's a doorknob in the light. Oh, that was a weird effect, wasn't it? So anyway, all that's going on. I think the Boozer brothers and Duke are probably going to win it all this year. Arizona's got a pretty strong team. Wouldn't it be something? Wouldn't it be something if the Arizona team wins the national championship? Everybody that went to Secret Summit could say, "Well, I was there in Arizona and I was cheering for those boys." All right. I mean, UConn women are probably going to win another undefeated national championship in the NCAA for the women. But I'm just saying, I think that it comes down to recruiting and that, you know, oh, Zozo got a sweetheart. Oh, there you go. Love is in the air. Love is in the air. Yeah. Well, does anybody have a topic? Anything to finish up on tonight? It's going to be probably just a 30-minute show. Oh, the Hoof wants to know what's up with your bizarre stream title. Was it that bizarre? I think I just said Forrest Fenn. Is it over? Well, I think it's over. There's only 50 some people that will watch a Forrest Fenn video anymore. Uh, so you can only get 10 or 12 people that'll watch a YouTube show on Forrest Fenn. So, I mean, how is this even going anymore? I guess you can get more people if you start giving stuff away that's on eBay and people are watching live while that's happening. But, oh, it was High Sweet Pea. Yes. Oh, yeah, it was like 9 degrees this morning and it finally got up above freezing about an hour and a half ago. Just when you think you've got spring, it ends up being winter again. So, and those poor people up in Wisconsin and Jacker Pack, you know, Packer Jack is out there unpacking the snow right now because they got a big snowstorm up there. I imagine out in Arizona, it's probably 70 degrees or 80 daytime temperatures now. But here I was stuck in the deep freeze all day. I guess I just went live out of boredom. I was Friday it was 80, it was almost 75 degrees here, and I went to Ottawa and got some stuff that I bought. Came back, I was too tired to do a show, and then I don't know what happened Saturday. The worst part is I felt okay. So okay. Here's my automotive lesson advice for the week. So last Monday about this time, I was trapped underneath the hood of a Ford F-550 truck because I lifted up the hood on the truck and the strut rods wouldn't hold up the hood, so I put a board underneath the hood to hold it up. Well, guess what happened? The board fell out from under the hood. The hood came crashing down, and my arm was trapped underneath the hood. And I'm sitting out here 300 yards from the corner, and I saw 50, 60 people drive by, and none of them stopped, and I'm trapped under the hood of my Ford truck. I can't get out because my arm is stuck underneath the hood, and I can't get my other hand around to undo the latch because it latched. The hood latched on my arm. So I'm caught in this trap. I couldn't get out. He's caught in the trap, but he couldn't get out. Anyway. And so my arm was trapped under this, and I stood there underneath the hood, waving at people as they went by, trying to get them to come over and see what was wrong, but none would stop. So I finally ripped my arm out from under the hood of the vehicle. And when I ripped it out, you can't even see it anymore. But I basically had a bruise all the way from here to the corner of my elbow. Anyway, it's still swollen. But this is so puffed up right now, and it still tingles and it hurts. But my arm was trapped under the hood. I could have been there overnight. But I finally just ripped my arm out from under the hood. And then this hand, I hurt my wrist because I was trying to pry the hood up with my other hand, doing like this, and it was bad. It was bad. So, lesson of the week, don't prop your hood up with a board because it might fall out, the hood come down, and latch you underneath it. And you'll be trapped. I didn't have a knife to cut off my arm like that one guy did when he got trapped in a boulder, but still hurts. Hurts like hell. What's up with the? I don't think that. Well, I hopefully somebody would eventually came and checked on me, but I was seriously trapped under the hood of a vehicle. It was bad, and my phone wasn't close enough to get to. I mean, what are you going to do in a situation like that? You're basically tethered to a vehicle. I was right by the road. There was, 100. There was probably 50 cars went by, maybe 60. A couple of them slowed down when I was waving like this with my other hand. I mean, frantically, come over, help me. They had some of them had to have seen me. A couple of them slowed down. But my faith in humanity has certainly been tested by the fact that I couldn't get a single car to at least drive in the driveway and investigate why I was doing that. Kansas sequel to 127 hours. I'm not sure what 127 hours is. Yeah, well, I don't know if I would have died from this, but my hand was starting to get tingly, and I might have lost my arm from here down if I wouldn't have just forced myself to pull it out from under there, and get a bruise, basically a bruise from here to there. I mean, where I had to just wrench it out of there. So that's what's been happening to me. 127 hours. I don't know. Well, I don't know what's going on in the lawsuits either because I haven't been keeping up on that. But, well, that's it for tonight. I think I've said enough. Hope everybody's had a good time. I'm going to do some more research on the times and see what we can come up with. Final thoughts? Anybody have final thoughts? I lost my contract with Chase Inc., so it doesn't pay for me to go another 24 minutes in order to get a 1 hour payday. They cut me off. They said something about budget cuts. I think they said they were putting their money into Secret Summit. I think maybe they said that they were now betting on Justin Posey. Now instead of Forrest Fenn, all the money that used to be in Forrest Fenn's now kind of moved over to JCB, the Birdman of Alcatraz, and Justin Posey. I did comment on one of Justin Posey's videos the other day. That was pretty funny. I think I actually got an answer back. Oh, by the way, I was at the Outwood store the other day, and the guy owed me $3.55 in change, and he only had $2 in the drawer. And I told the guy I said, here, I got $2. I got two $1 bills. Just give me the 55 cents, and I'll give you this $5 bill. He looked at me like I was from a planet far away. And he goes, no, I need to call my manager. So his manager took a $20 bill out of the change drawer and came running back with $21 bills. And then he handed me 3 ones and 2 quarters and a nickel after 8 minutes of waiting. And it's like, you could have just taken my 5, or no, you could have just taken my $2, given me the 2 quarters and a nickel, and give me a 5 back. And then you would have 5 ones in your drawer. And he goes, what do you mean? I shook my head, put my head between my legs, and walked out the door. I walked out the door with my 2 cans of ether so I could go huff it and get high. That was the capper. I was just buying 2 cans of ether. He was probably envious that I had 2 cans of ether, and he had to come up with an extra $3 to pay me the change off of the $10 bill. It was nuts. Oh, it was nuts. He was probably fantasizing about how much of a buzz he could get out of 2 cans of ether instead of focusing on making change out of the change drawer. Yeah. Well, I was buying that to make meth. Well, I might have been making meth, but it seemed like you were already on it. That was bad. Then he says, well, I don't want to get fired. This is only my third day on the job. And I'm going, it's your third day on the job and you can't make change when you owe me $3.55 and I'm offering you $2, you just give me the five that's in the change drawer. Or you could have just given me the 2 ones and 4 quarters. I would have been happy with that, plus the 2 quarters and the nickel. I mean, guy, come on, dude. That was bad. That's the new math. It's the new math. Uh, well. Well, it's been my pleasure to be here on a Monday night. Hope everybody has a very good week. I'll try to be back on Friday with more details on my fun time. Uh, Everybody's welcome. Nobody's welcome. Uh, it's not going to be that fun. Uh, I'm not going to be that good a host. But if you'd like, I might rent a room and we can get some card tables and we can play penny poker or canasta. I'd have to get some canasta cards for that. If you'd like, we could play dominoes. I do have a domino set here. Maybe we could play Chaseopoly. I could break out the Chaseopoly and be the first time it's ever been played by anybody, anywhere. Everybody just bought it because it was a souvenir from the Chase. I want to be the thimble. Anyway. Well, it looks like everybody's done chatting in the chat. I'm done talking in the talk. Everybody has a good week. I'm going to end the stream in about another minute. Say your goodbyes. Offer up your hookups, meetups, get-togethers, sweethearts, lovers, hookups, whatever. Do your last business. Yeah, Sweet Pea's number one. Saying the bye-bye. Oh, the whistling bunghole shows up at the last minute. Oh, you missed a lot. You better play it on repeat. You didn't miss anything. This was truly a show about nothing. But good to see you, Whistling. Good to see you were here. All right, folks, that's going to be it. Hope to see you next Friday. I'm going to end the stream in 10, 9, 8. By the way, Ben's got a shovel. Get in contact with him if you're shoveling snow. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good night, everybody. We'll see you next week on